What did you make of Bill de Blasio surging in today's poll, 43%? Do you believe that that's where this is headed with a week to go?
I don't know what to make of the polls. We're going to run through the finish line for the last week, but he's obviously got momentum.
With you polling only in single digits now, what makes you think you're even still a viable candidate?
Because I've got the best ideas. I've shown I've got the ability to fight for them. If New Yorkers want someone who's independent from the problems we've had in recent years, they really have one choice on that stage and on it. They want someone with good ideas, and they want someone willing to fight for them. Someone that's thought through these things, 2 idea books, 125 new ideas. They've got a choice. If I wasn't in the race, they wouldn't have that choice.
What do you think is Bill de Blasio's biggest vulnerability?
It's height.
You know, I always knew that this race was going to move all around, and we have 7 days left until the primary, and I'm a fighter. That's what New Yorkers want in a mayor. They want somebody who's going to fight every day for every vote to get into City Hall and fight that hard when they're mayor, and that's what I'm going to do, and I'm very confident I'll be in the runoff and then win the runoff.
Into the debate, you seemed to grow a little emotional when you were talking about being a fighter. I wanted to see, what was that about when you seemed to tear up a little bit there at the end when you were talking about being a fighter? No?
Perhaps allergies, because I didn't tear up. I'm strong on being a fighter, and being loud, and being tough, and I think New Yorkers want a fighter as mayor, and New Yorkers need a fighter.
And as far as these poll numbers, look, I understand you guys look at these poll numbers all the time. Once again, I will emphasize to you, just like the voters understand, at the end of the day, the only poll that counts is the one on September 10th. And the latest poll numbers that show that I'm going to get 0 votes from Queens, that's just an example of how ridiculous these polls are getting. They do not represent a large part of the electorate.
So what did you think of today's poll? Could you do this without a runoff?
I've said very clearly we expect a runoff, we're ready for a runoff, and the poll numbers of course are gratifying. It means the message is getting through. It means New Yorkers really do want progressive change, and they want a clean break from the Bloomberg years. And we think it's very, very clear that that message is registering, and we've got a great grassroots operation ready for Election Day, and we think we're going to do great, but we do expect a runoff.
Do you think the polls in 09 hurt you because they set expectations in a certain way, and are you worried that that's going to happen again?
Not concerned this time, but I think that, in 2009, did it hurt me? Yes, I think it cut turnout. And I think which is why back in 2009, you remember, I urged people to come out and vote. We knew it was close. Again, in 2013, don't let pollsters, when I say to the people in the city of New York, don't let others make this decision for you. Come out and vote next week. Help to shape the future of New York City.
Are you skeptical of today's poll?
Am I skeptical? I've been skeptical about these polls from the beginning. And I think you've heard me say, when someone would say, wow, you've inched up, or you're second in this poll, don't believe these polls. Come out and vote. These polls are horribly inaccurate. They don't measure things correctly. Come out and vote. Make the decision yourselves.
Your campaign put out something today that said low turnout will work to your advantage.
I think at this point, I would love to see everyone come out and vote. I believe that works to my advantage. So I want to see as many people come out and vote next week as are registered. I've always believed that people should exercise the right, exercise what others have fought and died for over the years. Come out and vote.
You've complained about the public opinion polls, and in the last mayoral race, you released an internal poll to sort of convince reporters that race was close. I was wondering if you were thinking about doing that again this time.
I'm not. That was, in the end, you couldn't get a message out in 2009, and I think it was just poll after poll after poll that was so inaccurate. But you also saw what happened. We released a poll back in 2009, and the media poo-pooed it, and they ignored it, and it turned out to be right. So no, I'm not looking to release any polls at this point. As I said, the best poll will be next Tuesday when people come out and vote.